The real-time strategy genre in VR is not very widespread, and as a good nostalgic I am, after spending a good part of my childhood and adolescence playing on this genre, I have always wondered that it would be like to play a real-time strategy in VR. Finally, Fast Travel Games pays tribute to this genre with Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, released today on Quest 2, a wonderful and exciting journey among the stars, facing enemies' fleets, huge alien creatures, in search of the ghost signal that will lead you to discover an unexpected truth. Fast Travel Games is not a first-time developer. We have already known him for Radio Oblivion Afterlife, Cities VR, and the recent Guardians Frontline, another leading title in VR scene. But let's take a step back. Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, is not a new brand. In fact, we could define it as a VR spin-off of the fantastic Stellaris, a 2016 game developed by Paradox. If you have played that 2016 masterpiece, know that you will find the same gameplay, game mechanics, and frenetic battles unusual for a real-time strategy game, a genre where usually the clashes with the enemies are marked by slower tempos. In Ghost Signal, the controls have been perfectly adapted to VR, allowing the management of a complex genre in the simplicity of the few controls available to VR controllers. You will be able to move your ship with a click and choose the direction in which to move 360 in space, create routes, use the booster, and quickly switch from one weapon to another using the right stick. You will be able to collect resources to buy equipment and unlock upgrades from ships of destroyed enemies or from asteroids floating in space. Ghost Signal, however, is quite a punishing game, and your stay on the battlefield will only extend once you've unlocked different power-ups and abilities, but until then, be prepared to start over and over again. Once you reach the area of the solar system from which the signal originated, you will find yourself facing fleets of enemies who, crossing interdimensional portals, will rush at you with their deadly weapons. Big and small ships will chase and attack you merciless. In other areas of the system, you will encounter huge alien and exotic animals living in the open space, sometimes neutral, other times aggressive and will attack you, and in some cases, right in the middle of the heat of the battle. Just as the game wants, you will become familiar with failure, because this is a typical element of Ghost Signal and perfectly inserted into the story. The writing of Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, is worthy of the best sci-fi movies, combining breathtaking spaces settings with an intricate storyline in which you will be called to investigate a mysterious signal originated from an unknown and remote location in the solar system. There is an element of mystery in the story of Ghost Signal because this message of unknown origins affects everything it eats in a strange way. It is as if it were able to memorize a portion of space and time and repeat it indefinitely. This is seamlessly integrated into the gameplay to justify the fact that every time you get destroyed, it won't be a game over. You'll be brought back to the starting point, but with the progress you've made up to that point, such as the upgrades you've unlocked from the huge skill trees. Destruction after destruction, new elements of the story will be unlocked, precisely because defeat in Ghost Signal is something that has to happen. Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, is available on Quest 2, so being a standalone game, I did not expect to see such a thrilling show, despite its simplicity. Those dodgy guys from Fast Travel Games have well thought of creating a few three-dimensional elements and low polygons, since 99% of cases you will see the whole scene from a distance, to have a better understanding of what's happening on the battlefield. These allow you to have many models of the ships and other elements such as asteroids and giant alien monsters on the screen, while against the 360 degrees background, beautiful, rather detailed skyboxes stand out, with beautiful nebula, moons and planets of all sizes and colors. Obviously, the actual play area is limited, so do not force yourself to reach the station or planet on the background. The lighting effect, explosion and other graphic elements such such as laser beams, missiles, and shields are also excellently done. Although we're talking about the standalone version, Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game on Quest 2 is pure immersion. You will feel like a giant entity at the center of the universe with the power to control everything around you. You can rotate the camera, move by dragging the play area horizontally and vertically. You can perform different actions at the same time, such as moving your ship, attacking enemies, and collecting resources all in the same time. You can use controllers or use your hands thanks to the hand tracking support. Even though Ghost Signal is a game that can be played completely seated and the action will be constantly in front of your eyes, you won't be able to help but look around to admire the spectacle of planets and nebula that stands out in 360 degrees around you. Like any good roguelike game, Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, will keep you busy for a large number of hours, and every attempt will not be frustrated by failure, because just when you return defeat to your station, you will be able to unlock new upgrades or increase the ones already in your possessions. Each section consists of a branching choice of levels with different challenges or modes. With each new game, you can choose whether to engage in standard or elite battles, visit areas where huge creatures float in the open space, some of which will attack you and you must defeat them before scanning them for your reward, or choose to go to a merchant for the purchase of weapons and ammunition, and finally, decide to face the unknown, selecting levels for which you will not be revealed what you will find before entering it. Well, Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game, has finally managed to bring the real-time strategy genre to VR, respecting the originality of the style and above all, the style of the title from which it takes cue, Stellaris, offering the player an epic adventure with a compelling and mysterious story, and a diversity of levels and ever-changing challenges even after many cycles of death and rebirth. A truly vital title, especially in relation to its price, which in relation to the contest offered is really honest. Although the real-time strategy games are generally complex and take time to assimilate, Ghost Signal managed to get the player to master the various mechanics in a short time. The majestic and diverse environments put ever new landscape before the player's eyes, and the level is challenged as new power-ups are unlocked. In situations with many enemies, the ship's control system becomes a bit clumsy, and sometimes you prefer to limit your movements to give priority to hitting enemies' ships. During the fights, it is not possible to block a specific target, because this is done by pointing it with the controller, but in the case of several overlapping elements, the one closest to the player will be selected automatically, making it impossible to hit the target that you actually want to hit. Finally, given that the 3D elements are few and the visual aspect base its impact on the beautiful skyboxes, I would have expected some more details on the ship models. I leave you with a few seconds of gameplay. Thank you for watching completely the video. Like, share, subscribe and ring the bell, activate all the notification and support the channel using the thank you button. From Ben and Soul, see you to the next one and see ya in VR. Have fun, guys.